I'm going to do a little mini review of a magazine that's just come out into the UK. There isn't a whole host of like home brewing magazines or beer magazines you can get in the UK. In America there's quite a few. I did a video quite a while ago sort of asking people why there isn't one out there, and I kind of got a response that they're quite hard to do. You need, you know, a lot of advertisements to kind of make it viable and cheaper, and the only one that kind of really is still sort of going is the one you get free with your Canva membership, which is Beer magazine, which is quite a good magazine. I have to be honest, it's probably the only reason that I subscribe to Canva is to kind of get the magazine, kind of, because the subscription to Canva pays for itself with the magazine. The magazine is okay, it has quite a lot of information in it. A lot of the adverts seem to be aimed at the older man. They're kind of like old-fashioned corduroy trousers, canal holidays and things like that, and things you generally sort of start buying when you've retired. It seems to be sort of aimed at a very much older audience, I would say, kind of thing. Until recently, there has been nothing else to compete with it. But now there is something else. This I've just recently purchased. This is Hop and Barley. I discovered this through someone else chatting on Twitter about it, and the only thing I kind of feel disappointed in is I didn't sort of cotton onto it quicker. It got sort of funded through a Kickstarter program, so sort of like a crowdfunding. People can, you know, sort of donate money to get a sort of an idea off and get it started. So this is their first issue. You can subscribe and get this one and the next, you know, the next one's in the subscription, or you can start with the next one. I just ordered the first edition, but I think I'm going to be subscribing. I will say it's not a cheap magazine, and it's wrong to say that it's a magazine, because even when you feel the quality of it, it's like thick kind of card type, sort of very, it's more of a book than a magazine. It's wrong to call it a magazine. I think it was about £6 roughly, you know, which ain't too bad considering the quality of it. The content is exceptional. There isn't a single advert in the whole book, which is quite cool. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if there wanted to be adverts in there, if that helped them out, but the fact there isn't any, you know, just means that it's all content, and it's really quite good. There's articles about breweries. There's been a review about an event in there. There's an article about someone's first all grain. There is cooking with beer. There's a couple of brewery articles. There's quite a lengthy article on Partisan, all their beers. There is an events section. It is really quite out there, and what was quite cool at the back, there was a section Q&A with Rob from the Malt Miller. That's quite cool. I never even knew what Rob looked like after ordering and speaking to him many a time on the phone. Now I know what he looks like, and it's quite a good little interview actually. I can't wait for the next edition. I was pleasantly surprised how good it is. I don't know, maybe for the next edition there could be like, there wasn't a beer recipe in there. I did read on their website that the next edition promises to be twice as thick as this one. I mean, this one runs at 63 pages, but like I said, there's no adverts, so it's just pure kind of beer content. So if the next edition is going to be twice as thick, then I'll be more than happy to subscribe to a magazine like that. If you're going to get kind of quality for what you pay for, then, you know, why not? Yeah, I think maybe for the next one or the future ones, it'd be nice if there was a beer recipe in there, you know, someone's recipe they've done, you know, for an all grain 23 litre batch, detailing everything on there. Maybe hop of the month or something. There is so many new varieties coming out. Could list, you know, the hop, its alpha content, all that. Yeah, or even another one would be sort of people's sort of like setups, you know, their home brewing setups, what they use, because everyone's different, you know, everyone's using different setups for different things. Or I don't know, you could have technique of the month. There's loads of content they can fill it with. Yeah, I'm surprised that there's not an advert. I think that's quite quite a nice little thing. It's almost, like I say, as more of a book than a magazine, which does make it quite nice. It feels kind of really high quality, you know. So I'm thrilled at it. I'm thrilled that there's finally something else out there, because up until now, you know, having only one thing in the UK market is quite bland. America kind of really sport for choice, but it's good to see that someone's finally managed to get something else off the ground. So I can heartily recommend subscribing and picking up a copy of Hop and Barley. I believe at the moment you can only get it through their website, but whether or not that will change I don't know, but I can't recommend it enough. So cheers for the chaps that got this started, and go onto the website and subscribe. Cheers.